Good evening,
Hi,
guys.
Pinkies. How y'all doing this evening? Welcome back to TALKinPINk. We're going to talk about quite a few different topics today. We're going to talk about the racism that still exists. We're going to talk about some black empowerment. And we're going to talk about this voting thing that we've been through. See y'all soon.
Lego. Oh, that's what we doing?
Welcome back.
Oh, okay.
Welcome back, everybody. I got my Mary J. Blige on. I don't have the black lipstick tonight. Pink is good enough. It stands out. So we in mourning tonight because we not going to cry. We not going to cry tonight. But I've been complaining about my weight gain for about, 2 months now?
Yes,
Rachel tired of hearing that shit.
I am.
But
Why am I tired of hearing it?
Because I keep talking about it. And she says that I'm not fat.
Hello, am I wrong, people? She is not fat. Y'all have seen all of the pictures that we fucking take. Look at all that air. You can see her chair behind her. You can't see my motherfucking chair.
Why you comparing me to you?
Because you ain't fat.
It's my fat.
I'm fat.
Not your fat.
Her
my
thighs
fat.
don't touch. Okay, listen,
do.
look.
I've
Her
been
arm,
here.
she just put her arms down. Look. Her arms don't touch her chest. She don't have motherfucking fat problems. She keep comparing her now to her then photos of her competing. And she does look phenomenal. But like I told her before, if you got there once, you can get there again. I ain't met the bitch I'm meant to be yet. She done met her motherfucker. Been there, done that, and she'll be right back. I'm still looking for mine.
After these messages.
Exactly. No, we ain't taking no commercial. But
But I still feel that way because, okay, when I was 30 pounds lighter and I was in competition, stage ready, I felt good. And I didn't revel in that. I didn't spend time in that body. So as soon as I got off the stage, it's like, what I'm going to eat?
yeah.
And I ate everything.
Yeah.
And that habit came back.
Why do you feel like you did that? Did you feel like during the process you were depriving yourself of what you really wanted to eat? Because you ate good every single day. She had this little this little container of food.
About 6
She
of
had
them.
chicken. She had asparagus. Throughout the day, she would eat a rice cake, and all she would drink was water. And that's it.
My mind was in that moment.
Okay.
I wanted something, and I went for it. And then when I accomplished it, it felt like I said, okay, back to being who you are, or back to, the old shit.
Is this who you were before you lost the 30 pounds?
Pretty much.
No, it's not.
It was. How you know? How you gonna tell me anything different?
You were the wind beneath my wings. You had all that damn air in your clothes. Keita is fine. Like, she's not giving herself enough credit. She is fine. Yes, she is thick. So now she got some
got
thighs.
an ass,
She
y'all.
got ass. And when I see her, I get excited because I'm like, look at you, girl, you thick. But she don't want to hear that. She don't want to hear that she thick. She don't like the skin that she's in. But she knows exactly what to do to get to the back to the place that she wants to be.
Yes.
So I just get tired of hearing it because I'm not there
So
yet.
you know what I'm really begging for?
Is what?
All that attention and the push that I gave you, you gotta give it back now.
I can give it to you.
I need it back.
I can give it to you.
Okay.
But you've been there. You will get back there to that place.
I know.
And we not gonna cry, so take the motherfucking glasses off and that hood off.
I know I will. All right.
Now we're gonna go to Share My World because that's my favorite song by Mary J. Blige.
Ah, man, that was my favorite album.
I love it.
Share my world.
So what happened this week?
Don't you?
That's my favorite song by Mary J. Blige. I used to like his own, but R. Kelly on there, so I stopped liking that song.
Why y'all hating on R. Kelly's music?
The predator behind the music made the music. So we shouldn't hate on Harry Weinstein's movies that he made and produced.
He was still a predator when he was making the music.
Exactly. So we shouldn't listen to that shit.
So
you just said you're praising the music.
But you still listen
you praising
to
the predator.
Music.
You praising a predator?
Even if you didn't know he was still a predator,
I know back then.
Still him.
But now I know I don't listen to that shit.
So you know better? You do better?
Yeah, that's right.
The music still sound good. I still like, what's that, 12 play? That shit still raw.
And he was fucking with a 12-year-old at the time. All them plays.
I went limp. What drives my pussy?
Exactly.
Listen to R. Kelly.
The end.
2020.
I'm not doing it. So what happened to you this week? Is that all you got going on? Is that you're wallowing in your
Yeah, because I'm stress eating. I've been under stress for
but you know exactly what to eat.
Yeah. But I don't prepare my food like I'm supposed to. Because when I get home, this is all I want to do is just go to bed.
I don't know why she want to do this, y'all, because she literally...
I do not
Let me tell you.
Naps.
She takes 12 naps a day. She takes more naps than a toddler takes at daycare. She takes more.
Stop
all
lying.
All she do is work and nap. Work and nap. I don't know when you have time to do anything else. I don't know when you have time to be a wife because you busy napping. I don't know when you have time to be a mother because you busy napping. That's why you ain't went to the gym because you busy napping. All she doing.
She trying to read me. Those words, that's not my language.
But she fine though. You fine.
I do look good, but I don't feel good.
You look good.
I don't feel good though.
I get what you're saying because when I dropped that first 11 pounds in the first 2 weeks, I felt great. I felt great. I felt lighter. I felt more alive. I felt clearer. So I understand exactly what you mean and where you are.
I don't have focus right now. I don't have focus in my work because I'm not focused on my workouts.
Right.
And my eating habits.
Right.
And I know all of that goes together. But I'm just wallowing right now. Just lackadaisical. Just, I know what I need to do.
Using big words.
I just don't want to do it. And whatever. Blah, 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 blah. I know y'all tired of hearing this bullshit.
Okay.
But anyway, I hope y'all watching Facebook Live because we on live. Come on, y'all.
We live. Get on there. Okay, so I want to say to all of our Facebook members, we're so busy. We want to say thank you because we see a lot of comments. People are interacting with us, but we're so busy and tuned in with the show. But we don't want to count you guys out. At some point, we will stop and look and read the comments and share what someone has to say. So we thank you and appreciate all of y'all for watching.
We love you. But anyway, what happened to you this week? Did you want to express anything? Rachel was in a twerking contest today.
I won. In my mind.
I missed it.
No, they just had, it's work appreciation, and employee appreciation, and also women's month.
Yeah, women. I don't even know. I'm a woman.
Oh my God.
Women's month. Women's everything.
Women's
everything about women.
Month.
All month.
Women appreciation month.
And we marching.
And then this week today we had employee appreciation. So we had a little dance contest, and I got in a dance contest, and I didn't win for my team, but you know what I'm saying, I had fun. What happens to me this week? So I've been knowing a lot of people that's going through relationship issues. And I feel like I want to be a good friend, but the type of friend that I am, I'm selfish because I want my friends, the people that I love and care about, to be happy. And I don't want them to be in fucked up situations. I don't know. I mean, because I have complete disregard to the other person. They're cool people or whatever. But if you're my friend, then I love you and I want you to appreciate you for you. And so I've had friends going through some shit this week, and it made me go back to, okay, if I was in this situation. So I remember being in a situation that wasn't really good for me. Not that the relationship itself wasn't good for me, but some incidents kept happening.
The same incidents or different incidences?
Just different incidents. Okay, so at one point, years ago, I lost my job, and I was in a relationship, and my boyfriend at the time kept like doing stuff with people.
Doing stuff like
Okay,
what?
so like when I get mad, I clean, right? And so I'm like upset and I'm frustrated. This is before I lost my job, actually. So I'm upset and I'm frustrated because I need to communicate with him about something. So I start cleaning. I clean the restroom. And then I go to clean the trash can. Paper falls out. It's folded. So I like unfold it. And I'm like, what is this? It's like writing notes in class.
Do you like me? Yes or no?
Something like that. So it says, oh my God, I can't believe you kissed me like that yesterday in front of everybody. And I'm like, we got fucking cell phones. Why y'all writing this shit on paper at this point, right? And so it's stuff like that kept happening. So I tried to like,
Found more notes.
No, I didn't. But it did say I can't wait to go to the beach next week. Wait a minute. Okay. So I like tried to confront him, but I was trying to be cool about it. I was like, "Hey, babe, what happened? Like, today or yesterday, or whatever." And he was like, "Nothing. I went to work, and then I went to class." I'm like, "Okay." So what happened in class? And he was like, "Nothing. It's just class and shit." I'm like, "Okay." So I kept trying to like pry, and he wasn't saying nothing.
You thought he would?
So I was like, "So it say, oh my God, I can't believe you kissed me like that in front of everybody." So then he was like, "Babe, you overreacting." And I was like, "I'm overreacting?" So then I'm like, maybe I'm overreacting, but I have a piece of paper that have clear words on it. So I'm like, okay, fine.
So you didn't kiss whoever wrote this
So
note.
I'm overreacting. So sometimes I like check myself. I'm like, no, it's in paper, it's in writing. So then the week progresses, and then I lose my job. And then I say, hey, I'm going to come into your job. I need to get something, maybe the key or whatever, because I was staying with him at that point. So he was like, okay. So then I came up there and he was joking around with somebody. And then I was like, I need the key. I'm just going to get all my stuff and I'm going to leave. And he was like, where you going? And I was like, I just lost my job. And so he was like, oh, yeah? And I'm like, yeah. So I'm just going to get my stuff and I'm going to go home. And he was like, okay. Like he didn't really like push or pry or anything. I'm like, okay.
He didn't console you.
He didn't none of that. But I kind of had my mind made up on what I wanted to do, and I wasn't really focused on being sad or like I losing something. I'm saying all of this to say I got all my stuff. I left. My girlfriend, I went to her house for a while, and she said we're gonna go shopping for jewelry. I'm like, okay, I'll come. I mean, I didn't want to really buy anything, but I went. And I bought me this ring. This ring that I have on, I bought me this 13 years ago. And I said all that to say, I want people to be happy being by themselves. I knew when I walked away, it was going to be different. But I was okay with walking away and being by myself. I didn't have kids at that time. I didn't have really life stressors or anything. Yeah. I didn't have no apartment or nothing. I really didn't have anything but me. And I want people to know if you walk away from a relationship or a situation, it's okay to be by yourself. We get so busy in needing to be in relationships that we can't sit still. We can't be in our own silence. Mm-hmm. And I just want the people that I know to love themselves and that I love to love themselves enough to be by yourself. It's nothing wrong with being by yourself. It's actually kind of dangerous if you can't sit in your own silence.
Yeah.
If you must be in a relationship, well, fuck it, I'll just get out of this relationship and I'll just go be with somebody else. That shit don't work out. Fuck it, I'm just gonna leave this. And it's okay to like keep leaving, but it's like at a point I realized in relationships, because I was real uncomfortable with being in relationships initially. Yeah, I was real uncomfortable. I did not want to be in relationships. She was in a relationship. I said the R word, and I didn't want to be. So it was very easy for me to get out of one because I wasn't comfortable being in one. But then even when you do get in one, you have to be like, okay, this is my role, this is your role. But then if shit don't really add up, and you can't sit down and have that conversation and be like, look, this is not, you know what I'm saying? I may not be doing all the things that I could do. Mm-hmm. You may not be doing all the things you could do. But I just want people to be okay with being by themselves.
Yeah, because first you got to love yourself before you can love anybody.
Right. And there's some things
Yeah.
within us that we keep fucking up.
Yeah.
The reason why I kept being in fucked up situations because I wasn't checking myself. I want somebody to come along and fix it. You come along and he didn't fix it. You come along and fix it. And it's like, no, I need to get back to what makes me me. You know, what I love about myself, what I care about myself. But it's still some shit I could work on my own by myself.
Yeah.
So I just want people to know that was a very long ass fucking story. Be okay with being by yourself. Yes, love yourself. Okay, fuck all that. We got a guest.
We got a
He probably over here taking a nap because
special
that was a long ass motherfucking
special. Especial.
Are we speaking Spanish?
Ale un poquito.
That ain't Spanish.
That is Spanish.
Un poquito.
Yeah.
That sounds like number 6. Okay.
6 is 6.
Introduce our guest.
Jump in, jump out. Introduce
Oh my God!
yourself.
This must be a sippy dance.
It is. Jump in, jump.
Are you gonna jump in and jump outside?
You finally remembered, huh?
That was
Finally
it. That
remembered
was
what
it.
it was.
That was
I
it.
knew it was gonna come back.
Do
That
you
was
remember
it.
that?
No.
He didn't
Okay,
never play
exactly.
that.
Why
That's a
would I do
Mississippi
that? That
thing.
was a woman. That was
It's
the
a
girls.
Mississippi
That's
thing.
like
Sir,
the whole,
this is our guest.
This is Mr. Jamar Ubi, AKA
Gamble. His name?
Jay Gamble.
Oh my
Y'all
God.
all right.
We messed
I
it
go
up.
by a whole bunch of stuff.
Introduce yourself, sir.
Go by a whole bunch of stuff.
Hove, Iceberg Slim.
I am.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been
What is that?
pimping since been pimping.
Since Pimpin' and
It's
Pimpin'.
not how much words you use and how you talk. It's what you put in it.
Tell the
What are
people.
you selling? Gumbo?
I don't know. Water to a
Nah,
well.
anyways. Yes, I am Jamar. Some people know me as Jay. I am pretty much a jack of all hustles. I do a whole bunch of stuff. I EP shows. I, train and manage
You need
staff.
to talk slow
I
because
have-
somebody could have misunderstood what you just said.
You eat pea shows.
EP,
EP and
executive
show.
produced show.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Did you mean it? Was it a good one? That's all I
No.
want to know. Was it a good one?
You know, she's a rocker.
Was that 1 or 7 or 22?
Exactly. She working on
I
it.
watched the show. I know about 22.
Well, thank you for watching our show.
Exactly. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well,
Okay. You EP.
Well, I am from the south side of Houston.
Oh my God.
I am I am a Leo, which means I dominate. I run stuff.
What's a Leo?
The king. You almost
Oh,
made
like
me
a
say a
lion?
cuss word. I don't even
Simba?
cuss. Yeah. But anyway, yes, I do EP shows. I do production as far as for music. I help. What I really like to say I do is I create entities for people.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a business idea, you have something that is that you want to do, what you're looking to do, and or need help growing it, that's where I step in. Fortunately, I didn't grow at a bar because I need a haircut. And
Oh
I
my
got my
God.
hair looking all extra
So you
bad.
can't look up there. You gotta look right
I know.
here.
I'm looking right there. I know these rules too. Huh? But anyways, so that's what it is about me. I see somebody over here knocking them back.
Yeah, you need to tell people what you're drinking because
drinking all
nobody
over
knows she over there sitting in
That ain't-
silence.
That ain't no regular orange juice.
Exactly.
I was here before they got started. That ain't no regular orange juice.
It's juice.
What is it?
Juice.
With
It's
It's coochie juice. That's the
funny.
name of
Is
it.
that why it smells funny?
why? If it smells funny,
It's
don't
been
eat it or drink it.
de-steamed. Yeah,
You're gonna get shot in the face.
Are we getting paid for this?
No.
It's effing vodka.
So shout out to 50
Fucking
Cent.
jock vodka. Oh, that's 50 cents brand.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had E40.
Yeah.
Now we on the 50.
Wait, what happened to the Armadale? I don't even think Jay-Z owned that no more. Oh, that's
He's
a vodka
smart
that he owned.
because he sold it.
Yeah.
That's how you make
You
money.
So
got
he-
Conjure by Ludacris. That's that cognac. Then
we
you
don't
got
do brown.
Oh, you don't do brown? As
Sorry,
brown
black
as you
people.
are, you don't do brown?
I love y'all. I'm
ain't
scared
And
of
you
the
from
brown.
Mississippi, aren't
Yeah,
you?
exactly.
I'm
You-
scared
you-
of the brown. I'm
you
scared
ain't-
of the brown.
You
Because
ain't
brown make you fall down.
You
That's
ain't
what's
seen
it.
her.
Brown make you clown.
Yeah, brown make you fall down. You know what I'm saying? On that downstroke.
And he put
Yeah, it's Red Bull, effing vodka, and orange juice. You
it's some
know,
orange juice.
I told you I'm Jack of all
I don't know
hustles.
what
I
she
can do all
on then.
kinds of stuff.
I feel like you must be on something.
On what?
I don't know.
One.
Like a little peel.
Really?
Well, we got this orange.
I don't do
drugs.
drugs.
I don't do drugs either.
Just
Drugs
alcohol.
do her.
drug dealers.
Okay, no.
Oh, when
So,
you
ladies.
when you were young, did you ever want to date a dope boy, or did you ever date a dope boy? I really wanted to date a dope boy.
Why? I thought you did, and your
You
brother
wanted
was
to?
like, "No, you can't date him."
I didn't date him. I really wanted to.
What if
Why?
I
What is it about doughboys that you found attractive? Like
trouble?
you wanted to go ride in the car and get pulled over. Like, oh my God, we got guns to our head. Oh my God.
because they had they were confident. They were they had this certain swag. Like they were just different from just an ordinary. high
So do
school
businessmen.
So, well, they were businessmen.
You see, I
You
dated.
17.
I
My
dated.
level, they
17,
were-
you ain't hanging around a whole bunch of
Right.
businessmen.
Yes, you can. Like I dated.
I dated nerds too, and they were smart. He was smart. I remember him being very smart.
He's
but
a
he was just
nerd.
a
He's supposed to be
doughboy.
smart. Oh, the doughboy.
The dope boy was
I mean,
smart.
some of them do have, a different level of intellect because you
That
you
is
have
no
to be.
matter.
It is a business that you're essentially running, but there are different levels to doughboys. You have the runner, you have the pusher, you have the person who sets up. You need to go here to get
He
here,
was a
here,
queen
here.
pin?
No, I don't know what you're talking
Then
about.
you gotta have the muscle. You gotta have the muscle.
Muscle. Yep.
That's the one who
You
show
gotta
up.
have a driver.
So, Jamar, do you know anything about dope boys? And
Unfortunately, I do, but I've never been the one to. Even though I have some very
Allegedly.
interesting stories.
allegedly.
Oh, I'm not going to
Allegedly.
incriminate myself on here.
Exactly.
I have done nothing.
Statute of
I
limitations
have.
is up.
I don't trust it. They'll change the laws.
Allegedly,
We don't know what happened
exactly.
I
January.
know, right?
January
Chan,
1.
call me. Let me know what's good.
Yeah. Yes, they changed the
With
laws
these
on
new
me. All of a
people.
sudden, I'm sitting up here. Yeah, back in
Exactly,
we threw
dog.
1999.
and then all of a sudden they're gonna be like, "Excuse me, sir, can we
We have you
pull you
on
over?"
tape.
That's how they're catching most
incriminating
criminals now.
yourself.
Yeah, listen
By
to them
by
on
their
rap, man.
music.
Yeah, they rap.
Everybody wants to be
Yeah,
the toughest, roughest.
I shot 4 people at the
Exactly.
club last night.
I killed
It was like there was a
somebody
shooting at
over
the club
here.
last night.
Exactly, and we can't find nobody. Okay.
You giving
They're
clues and
that's
stuff.
how they- that's how they
stuff
catch
that
'em.
nobody know unless you
Yeah.
was there, like the cops and
Yeah, I stomped on. I had the green leather jacket on with the like. We've been looking
That's
at
how
this
they-
video.
yep, that's how they
Who had this green leather
That's
jacket
you.
on?
Nobody said anything, but here you go.
There you go. Thank you so much.
I have dated somebody.
You dated a dope boy?
I have.
I dated a dope girl before. Well, I wouldn't say a dating because I'm a man. I went out a few times.
That's a date. That's
Yeah.
dating.
Yeah.
You did it more than once.
Yeah.
What's a dope girl?
Yeah,
A
what
girl
dope
who put it this way. I remember, and I bet if she watches this, it's gonna be funny. I had somebody who was gonna rob me.
Really?
Why
Why is that funny?
Because I always
I
been.
chuckle in the
look,
back of my
I'm
mind.
finna brag here. A brother had a little
Yeah.
bit of paper and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because
So you
I
got
get
set
some
So
money.
you got you was
got
about to get
set up?
you about to get Cardi
I was
B.
gonna get set up, and all of a sudden it was like he kind of. Because normally I don't look like this because I have a haircut and stuff. And I'm going to
Right.
keep going back to the fact that I look bad on here.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Yes, thank you.
Well, you keep putting out your 30 pounds, so shit, you can talk about
Yeah.
it.
So anyway, yeah, I was going to get robbed by the person. I mean, some folks.
The chick.
Yeah.
So what happened that she didn't end up robbing you?
They found out how great a person I am.
He's
What
a
does
good
that
guy.
mean?
I can't rob him. No.
What?
And then,
You
but
changed your
I remember
life?
there was a particular girl though who
She
I
gave
used
her
to,
life over to Christ.
No, she gave her life over to Jay.
That was
I'm joking.
corny
I know
as
it was.
fuck.
I was kind of whack with it.
She gave her life over to.
It was whack, but it fit. It fit the conversation. though.
Okay,
But it was corny.
That's the downstroke.
Oh,
Yeah,
OJ, it fit.
No, that was more backstroke. Hey. But
Back.
but yes, there was a girl I know who used to be in a whole bunch of
Troubles.
illicit activities, and we used to hang out and all that kind of stuff.
You smiling like
You reminisce.
if you watching.
Like, just,
I remember.
No, I don't
I'm
do
not
all
gonna
that
say
stuff.
your
It's
name,
past.
but I remember.
I don't even
How
know
many
what
times
happened.
did you go out with her?
I don't know. I was a man. I don't counting. Look,
So how did you know that she was gonna rob you? She told
no,
you
this
she was
is
gonna
two
rob
different
you.
people. The person who's gonna rob me was a different person. That was a
Right,
different
but
Was it a
you
man
said
or
she didn't
another
rob
woman?
you
one.
because
Man, I don't do-
no.
No,
He
I'm
said he
just
was
asking.
he said it was a woman.
Like
He was
she
on a
did.
date with a woman.
Yeah,
So how did you find out she was going to rob
she told me.
So she was like,
After
before you
Yeah.
fucked me, I was gonna rob you, but now
you good people.
that's what happened.
So you changed.
So
her
good
mind.
dick can save your life.
Downstroke.
You got enough money to take me out next week.
I I saved you some money.
Actually,
Oh my God.
she was a great person. She was. It really was. When you really get down and break down with most people, which I think is what a lot of folks, if you actually really just stop and talk to people, you'll realize how good most people generally are.
Mm-hmm.
Then also, if you listen to people, you can see how bad a lot of folks really are.
I think sometimes us as women don't really pay attention because sometimes women want to see the good in people.
Women are self-absorbed.
What'd you say?
Mm-hmm. Women are very self-absorbed.
Say that one more time.
What'd you say?
I'm going to give you an example of why women are self-absorbed. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to give you this example, all right? It's a little off subject, really. That's what's happening now. I'm going to tell you why. Put the hoodie on. If I see you dressed in all black, I need to get nervous.
You look like one of them blue men.
So
why
are
women
we
self-absorbed?
I'm going to give you an example. It's a little slightly off subject, but it'll set it up. All right, so say there's a gift. Women give men gifts that the woman likes. Men give gifts to women that they think she likes because we try to put ourselves in a situation.
Give an example.
Like, for instance, all right, so say a woman will give a man a shirt. It's like, oh, I just love this shirt. Like, this shirt looks like nothing he would ever wear. But you like it and think it's going to be cute on him, so you go get this man this shirt.
Have you ever given a gift like that?
That he's not going to like. And you said give an example. I didn't say it had to be specific to that. I'm just using an example.
And what do men do?
But like men will say, all right, I know she likes this particular incident thing.
Have you ever done that?
All right. Explain. Tell me. I could be wrong. I'm not, but I could be.
I think you have a reverse. Because women are really intuitive. And so anything that a man uses or he buys or he has.
Yeah, like that's why I end up with 13 ties.
Exactly.
I think that's just because they got lazy.
No, I think what he said was. I think what he said. It depends on the person.
Yes,
How?
we got to remember we're not
Because
speaking in a vacuum.
But
we're not speaking. Everybody's not exactly the same.
Exactly.
But a general trend typically is every time I've ever seen it, every time I've been around, it's usually women give men stuff that they like. Not the man. They give stuff
I'm
that
a
the
lazy
woman
gift
likes.
giver. I just give cash.
But see, and I'm cool with that. But see, that's because I'm a man.
But see, certain people aren't cool with that. Certain people think you didn't put no thought into this. But
you can put it in a nice card.
I did all of this for you.
Card. Put it in a dope card.
And planned this and this and this, and you put no thought into giving
put
it.
Put it in a dope
when
card.
When I first met my husband, and I did a I did a surprise gathering for his birthday. So all the people that I knew we knew together were people that we worked with because we met working together. And so we set up, I set up that, hey, we're going to meet for dinner for him at this place at this time. Y'all come. It was like, yeah, we'll be there. So I set that up and I bought him a gift, and the gift was for him. It was a compilation of the his favorite show, which was the I forgot the one with it's a setting in Baltimore, Maryland.
Wire.
The Wire. So
okay.
I bought him all the seasons of The Wire. And so I bought that, and I think I bought something Tupac because I know he loved Tupac. So he was so appreciative of that because I took the time to get something I knew that he liked.
You know why he's so appreciative of it? For that exact reason.
Because he
right
watched
there.
it already.
He's been no, because he's been getting gifts forever from people who give them what they think he would like. I mean, what they would like for him,
that's how we're the opposite. I would like to do something nice, but I can't think that far.
Yes, you can.
Like, that was really nice of you to do,
you know
but I'm just like,
you know what you can do?
You know what you could do with that?
I'm going to tell you
what you want.
Whatever you want.
I'm going to tell you what you do then.
I think that's thoughtful. I give you money and you go do whatever you would like to do.
I'll tell you what, then do it different then. If you want to find out like what you want to do for your man, whatever else, then one, you can ask him. Just
no,
be
he
blatant.
got
and if
expensive
he won't tell
motherfucking taste.
Right, that's fine. But then that's when you go and say, all right, hey, look, on Friday, be ready. I'm taking you somewhere. And then just go.
I would have to ask my EP, can I have off? So.
Yeah, no, as long as it's not after.
No.
You're done by 7 o'clock, you good.
No. As long as you there.
Be
by
ready
8.
by
Yeah.
10:50.
From 7 to 10, you are off the. You are blocked out.
But after that, we going somewhere.
But
Walmart is
seriously.
open all night.
But seriously, you can. I think a lot of times, especially when it comes to these relationships, is people. When I say women are self-absorbed, I'm not saying that as a put down or diss.
Right.
It's just that a lot of times
It
women
sounds
get.
like it.
I know, but it's not. But women get caught up in what it is that they're wanting and what they're looking at, so they become so absorbed with that they don't see what's actually happening and taking place out there.
That's great.
And that's why I say self-absorbed. It does
So
not-
we're gonna take a small break
Still
and get
don't
our
agree.
lives together since we so
I
motherfucking
still
self-absorbed.
Don't agree.
We'll-
Like, share, subscribe, rate, date, mates, plates, Talking Pink. Follow us on all social sites, Chia on Twitter, Pink, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Donate to our Patreon.
There you go.
Fucking donate, okay? Stop fucking inboxing bitches and fucking subscribe and fucking donate. You wanna make? Fucking donate, okay? So we can get this pussy.
And
Welcome
we're
back, guys.
Welcome.
they won't let me leave.
I hope that was not thunder.
He's trapped.
So we're gonna get into some of the headlines of today, and I don't know much about this,
She's
but
so
Keita
out
knows.
of
I'm
out
so
of
pretty.
tune. She's
But
out.
please explain to us, and you said you know about it. Please explain to us what this honeypot situation is and why are people of a certain
Upset.
color upset about it.
Just say white people.
I'm
It's
not gonna
fine.
say that. You're gonna say
They're
that.
white. Okay, so there was a commercial that Target put out, and it was promoting a company that was created by a black woman.
Mm-hmm.
And her company is she sells or she's marketing her feminine hygiene products.
Okay.
And the commercial goes on, and at the end, she comes out, the owner, the creator of the business, and says that because of me or because of the opportunity that I've gotten, I want little black girls to know that this is possible for them.
So feminine products. What do you mean?
Like sanitary napkins, tampons, creams, lotions, anything a woman uses.
Like feminine wash,
yeah,
powders.
exactly.
Okay.
Do
Yeah.
it yourself, V-steam.
Pretty much.
Oh, it is.
I don't know.
She
I
has
don't
tea
have.
bags.
I don't
No,
have a
she
honey pot.
She hadn't
So
gotten there yet.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
pretty sure that's in her business plan. But
Honeypot. I'm
but
not.
right
I'm not
now,
gonna lie. I
these are
thought
the
this was a hair
items.
care product.
and so people just went at her, like, this is racist. How can you promote something like that? How can black people be racist and white people can't? Or how black people can promote or say it's something for black women and we can't do that? So this is a reverse racism type of situation.
they just.
Did you
And I
agree
was-
with her?
I was confused.
Okay, so you
'Cause-
saw the commercial. What did you take away
I
from
actually
it?
hadn't seen the commercial
Okay,
yet.
I hadn't either, so I don't.
I actually saw her interview on The Breakfast Club,
Okay,
which was yesterday.
okay.
So, and she was explaining, pretty much what I just stated. And it wasn't that she was promoting it for black women.
Right.
She was just saying the opportunity that she got because she's a black woman. She want all black women to know
So
that
as
it's
a
possible.
creator or as marketing in
As-
Target?
as a creator
Well,
of a
the-
business. And
So
the promotion
so
of
my
her
question
business.
is, did she have to say
yeah,
what she said at the
She
end?
had to say it for the sake of little black girls and black women
I see
everywhere.
the emotion behind
There's
it.
very
This
few.
is-
You gotta
okay.
remember, there's also the other aspect of it, which was tech and then money. Black women very rarely get money when it
For
comes to
small
raising
business,
funds.
Yeah.
They get, and like even in her interview, she talked about how it's 50 women. I've seen different things where they said it's less than 1% of all seed money and money that's raised. So, when they say,
Right.
we're doing new IPOs, I mean, we have a new company
Yeah.
and we're raising funds for it. If you don't look like she looked, money's readily available.
Yeah.
You look like us.
So basically, that's what she's saying.
And so she was just
Yeah.
saying that it was an opportunity that so now little black girls can look up to her. And them people, and it wasn't like it was everybody, because there were a ton of, and I was so happy to see it, because it even showed up on my
people were
feed.
backing her.
Like, white women were going after these other white women. I was like,
But
that's
white-
right,
but
Hannah,
white-
Hannah, get on Becky.
But white
And-
women don't do the commercials and say, so
They don't have
other
to.
white
They're default.
women
They don't have to.
and other white
They don't have to,
kids-
because they're the default. Because just think about it. When you go to, everywhere you go, if you go to Target, what does it say whenever you're looking for something black? It says
I don't
ethnic.
know. It
It's in
doesn't
it.
say that.
Yes,
It
it does.
does.
It does not say
It's
that.
everything is in a certain section for black. It's always over here.
In a small
By animal
area.
food. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm
That's
just
not.
kidding.
That's actually not far off at Walmart.
I know it's
you
not.
know,
I know it's not. But
you follow what I'm
It's
saying?
all the
So
way in the back.
the default is always been whiteness.
okay, so this is my question. Okay,
Yes.
people can say what they want to say. Everybody is going in. They have
And
her
everybody
back.
has an opinion.
But listen, are people gonna go out there and buy the product?
Yes.
I don't
Sold
want
out.
I don't want you to
Sold out.
I don't want you to come and have my back and fight for me
They
and
wouldn't.
not purchase the product.
I want
If you're gonna fight for me, go clean off the shelf
That's
with
what's
this.
been done.
That's what happened. And see,
That's
I
what has
want
been
one
done.
thing to be.
So did she have to where was she selling this before she got to Target?
No,
was
she
she
was
selling
big
this
already.
online?
No, she was big already. She was
Yeah,
known.
she has
Target
an
came to
online,
her and
store.
they wanted to broker a deal, and they got that distribution deal done.
Okay.
She was moving a
Wait.
lot
So,
of
okay,
product
so-
already.
She was a dope
Okay,
girl.
so if we got some of her products, what would we get?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Because
This
we
is
don't.
all
Hopefully not a yeast infection. I don't know. What you mean?
It's an all natural
And
product.
if you are struggling with a yeast infection, I want you to go to your healthcare professional
They
and
have
go
a
get that
pill for
checked
that.
out. They do have. It's one. You don't
One.
have to take 7. It's one.
No money.
And
Hey,
it
I know
works.
about that. Monostat, right? When
It's
they
not
do-
Monistat.
Oh,
Shut the fuck up. You don't know. You don't know.
Never mind then.
So if
I'll
we
be quiet. I'll stay in
out
my
of her
place.
products, what would we use? What would we purchase?
Depends on.
Because we don't
Like-
use tampons.
Panty liners,
Okay.
creams, lotion.
So how is this different from all the other stuff that's out there already?
Doesn't
Just
matter.
because it's a black
Yeah,
inventor?
because the way they promoted it, there was a problem. Certain people had a problem with that.
Yeah, and they were saying.
I just want to know, where would I go? I mean, what would I purchase? Because I'm
Whatever you
interested.
want.
I'm
How
interested
about
now.
you
I
go on
like
your phone right now and look up Honeypot?
not
Just
while
go.
we taping this show.
You
Go
do
to Target. Just
I'll
go to
do it.
Target.
Okay, so
It's at Target.
So they have feminine wash.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what's the
Ah.
price point?
Oh,
Because I'm not gonna lie, if it fits my price point,
It's
Wait a
then
minute,
I'm
I
going.
know.
Then I'm going
You
to.
support black business. What do you mean if it fits your price?
If it's
Because you
fits
bought
my
popcorn
price.
that you don't even really eat.
I do.
And you
Girl, are you
spent-
serious? My container is cleaned out. What are you talking about?
You don't eat. Okay. Did you buy any
Huh.
more?
I did when they came back to the store because I
Huh.
do support local black. And
Huh.
if
Put
if
your finger down.
and if Just
Man.
Eats come and ever come by with this banana pudding, I would eat that shit too.
Yeah, good eats. What the fuck? We've been waiting on that banana pudding for 3 weeks. It ain't even in season no more.
They got clear syringes. I don't know what that's for.
Syringes?
I don't know. I'm just saying something. $7.99,
Really?
$8.99.
That's,
Do you say that
it's
about
all
always?
good
or-
for your body. It doesn't have those
Always. I
chemicals
don't need always. Okay.
like
I don't know
always
any.
got.
I don't know
They
any
got
other stuff. So
chemicals.
I'm just.
Exactly. Always.
I'm only
You
naming what I
always
see on
lying.
The
TV
cool
commercials.
thing is,
What
her
is that?
name is Beatrice, the creator of this company,
Uh huh.
and the inventor of the sanitary napkin. Her name is Beatrice as well. That's the cool shit about that.
Yeah, I just think that a lot of times what ends up happening is whenever it comes to specifically more so black women, but then black men as well, whenever it comes to having pride and self with those two, then it's always an issue. Because I guarantee if she said little Asian girls, everybody be like, oh, that's so cute. Look at her trying to, if she had said, for my community and she was Hispanic, no one would say anything.
Why do you think we have
Mary
why-
Beatrice
America.
Davison Kenner.
That's why.
Well,
And why is it so hard to get loans?
because all right, so you gotta remember
Being an
all this
African-American
is all
woman.
this is complex. I mean, it's all intertwined. For instance, we'll start like if you want to talk about with loans, you gotta remember one thing: wealth. Wealth is not generated by working at your job.
Right.
No.
Wealth is generally generated by passing down homes, land, and is not passing down an
Shit.
heirloom. No, because if you buy a house, then you're already starting value.
Okay, but I'm buying that house.
That's fine.
Why do they get to get it?
Well, when you gone, you can pass it on down.
Fuck them. They ain't pay for that shit.
She don't like that ownership shit.
No,
But that's a whole separate thing. That's a different conversation. But you can still earn money and generate wealth without it. But like even insurance, there are more people, white people, who have gotten their start with their business, whatever they want, because grandma died and had a policy. And there were people who used to come through and sell to black people $15 a month for years, and then when they die, it was $1,500 policy.
Exactly.
And
but we also have to educate our children.
Right. But see,
because
here's the thing. How do you,
everybody wants to get rich and wealthy off of TikTok and YouTube and having shows and shit. Nobody really wants to work for anything anymore.
Well, you can't say that because it's always been there, but you said it yourself. You know, you learn wrong, so you teach wrong. You learn wrong, you do wrong, you teach wrong. However you said it. It was dope how you said it. When I said it,
it was
like
dope.
crap.
Y'all need to go back 5 episodes ago because I don't remember that shit either.
But anyway, so when you start looking at when it comes to loans and all that kind of stuff, so and I'm not going to go through the whole history. We all know when the first Civil Rights Act, 1867, happened. You know, there was like we cannot hold black people from getting business and contracts.
Right.
That was before 1965 when we always start. So back then they knew it was a problem, and America was like, we know it's a problem. So we did this here, and so people started generating wealth. And there's been more times that people have been killed behind that. Like, for instance, in Florida. Like in Florida, there was a guy who was lynched and 65 people killed because he was registering people to vote. He was literally taking people. He was rich. He had some money. 14 or something like that. He had cars. You know, you had no cars back then. You had 2 of them.
Right.
And, you know, them people was like, look, we let you have this, you know, as long as you was over there. Oh, now you're trying to get other people involved? We got to put an end to that. They lynched him in. And they got nothing. And they took his land. So the person dies. They take what makes wealth, took it from, and then gave it to somebody else. So when those practices go on, I do not believe that 90% of Americans who are European American are racist. I think that the system was set up in such a way that as people grow through it, they're taught and they learn that this is what you do. So they're like, well, this is what we do. So guess what? Predatory lending didn't come about because they just decided one day. This is stuff that had already been happening.
Right.
So they will give you a loan at 16%, but then they give somebody else a loan at 3 or 4%. And then you ask, what's the difference? Well, because you're high risk. Well, what makes me high risk? And when you start going down that line, all right, what makes me high risk? Well, where you live. What difference does it make? Can I pay the bill?
Exactly.
So what
that's the
difference
only question that needs to be asked.
You follow what I'm saying? And then
but
we just need to do this here. Now, I don't think that person was sitting there saying, I can't wait for black people to come in here and do this here. No, they were like, we were taught that, hey, anybody behind this red line or behind over here or in this zip code, this is what they are. They're high risk. We were told that people who come in here who don't have this kind of job or didn't go to this university is not as good. Right. So therefore, it's baked in different ways.
Right.
So when it comes to tech and the only people you're around are just people who look like you tend to only help and talk to and deal with people who look like you.
What you're familiar with.
I don't, like I said, they're not purposely saying, oh, that's somebody black, I don't want to help them. And I think black people and especially white people have to understand that you have to understand that there's a difference there. Mm-hmm. And it's not just, oh, if you don't have a hood on and KKK, then that's racism.
Right.
But everything else is, you just got to understand. No, it's all the same. It's just it's just the different varying degrees.
Speaking of high risks, what do you think about going to the strip club and possibly getting the coronavirus?
You can get other things.
You tell me, chlamydia?
No, we talk about high risk.
List of shit.
We talking about corona.
Yeah, tell me. If you want my opinion.
I want your opinion.
All right. My opinion is this here. All right. If you in a strip club and you concerned about corona, you don't need to be in no strip club. Because there are other things. Because you could have got corona at the regular club.
That ain't even an A-lister. That's like a C-lister. Get in the coronavirus.
She give you a lap dance.
And leave corona all over you. You take that home.
Leave crabs on your lap.
Ugh.
Nobody has hair anymore.
So I don't know.
Just because you got a wax for the first time,
I got hair back there. Calm down.
don't mean that everybody else got wax.
Girl, it was getting out of control. I had to shave. I want to go back. I'm not going to lie. I want to go back.
We definitely got to go
But
back.
I want to get my whole lower region waxed. That's going to be a lot of screaming.
40-year-old version of wax?
Yes.
That's going to take some time.
I don't care.
That's like a 3-hour
I don't care.
black
I'm
beauty
going
shop
to
visit.
take off. I'm going to take off that day.
Mhm.
And I hope she do it with the black one instead of the pink one. I don't like the one with the strips.
They were both?
Nope.
Okay.
The pink one has strips. The black one was like, you just moved it up a little bit.
You said you
I
didn't
need
like
my
neither
whole
one of them.
ass.
You said you didn't like either one of them.
That one felt better.
Okay, whatever.
Exactly.
Well, she's going to get another wax, and she's going to wax
know this
So
one.
we gonna record it.
From the Rudy to the Tootie.
Because I'm
Would you get
man.
waxed?
I'm a grown man.
I know, but would you get waxed? You just said you had to shave.
Yeah,
You
shave.
just said you have to shave. So
Shave
if
is
you
different.
could get waxed instead of shave.
On my face?
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
gonna go,
What they call that thing when they do with the razor, the shave?
shave.
Like, it's...
Oh, she's so
She's
pretty.
so pretty right now. You being so pretty.
Oh,
Okay.
look at you. This
No,
your
but I
first pretty
felt like
moment.
It was like a clean...
Clean shave.
It is a
Okay, that's what
clean.
it is then,
It is a
shave.
clean,
Okay,
clean
I
shave.
know
But
it's
Yeah.
something
would
I
you
like
get
it with the
would you
razor.
get threaded?
What the hell
I
is
don't.
that?
My eyebrows are my eyebrows. I'm not
Threaded.
getting threaded.
What the
When
hell?
them-
You never gotten
when they-
threaded before?
when
Nigga, no.
when Samir Patel get on there with
Don't
them
just-
things
don't
and be,
just-
What the hell is a thread?
They take thread, like something similar
A
to
needle and a
sewing.
thread?
yeah, just thread.
Something similar to
How I
sewing
know
needle.
about this and you don't know about this?
Exactly.
Because I don't get thread.
you got a wife. And they twist it some kind of way, and they go back and forth. It cuts your hair. So I'm asking him, would he get? You're a man. Would you get threaded? Threading lasts longer than shaving.
Probably not.
What about wax?
No.
What would they
Why
wax
would I
on
wax
you?
on my face?
Women
What
get
would
their
they-
face waxed all the time.
I know.
You
I
get that
got
little
all of
strip
this
right here?
wax.
I'm not saying it's something that should not be done ever in the history of
I
humanity.
think
I'm
men.
just saying.
I think men should experience these things.
I agree with you. I
So
am just
what
not
do-
that.
So
I am
if
just-
your wife says, "Hey, we're gonna go to the salon. We're both gonna get massages. We're gonna get waxed."
You know what one of my favorite words is?
Wax that ass.
No.
What?
No is one of my favorite words.
Oh my god.
I use it liberally too. Huh, get it?
Oh
See?
my
Liberally.
god.
No.
That's
No, it's not
so
a bad
funny.
word. What is
We
wrong?
know it. We
You're
know
spending
it's not a
time
bad
together. You're getting massages, and you
your
get a
feet
wax.
done. You get a pedicure.
Do you get manicures and pedicures? Why?
I would do that though. I would actually do that.
I did that with my husband once.
I would do that. I would go
Yeah.
and but but see,
I think
told you, anybody
men
who knows
should.
my
I
mom,
think
my mom would not let me show my feet, so I have nice feet because
Oh my
they've
God.
never been outside. like I'm on the
Early
beach.
skillet.
I'm on the beach walking around with shoes on because I'm always. My mom used to say, "You ain't gonna have them Fred Flintstone feet and get in the bed and be ripping up the sheets
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff." So.
Yes, that's her.
And anybody who knows my mother, love you, mother. Yeah,
Hey.
she knows.
Skillet.
So she's like that, and so I used to have to wear socks.
So
like
you would
people
do
used to go
that.
outside and play with no shoes on and stuff.
That is so. I do not. Wait. Did y'all do
Socks.
that in Mississippi?
Mississippi.
she Mississippi, you know.
and
she
we
did
had
that.
gravel,
You know she did
not
that.
gravel, but rock
They probably
roads.
they
rocky
probably picked
roads.
up bugs.
Y'all
and
ran
stuff.
on that barefooted?
Yeah. If you run real fast, you won't feel it.
But you gotta stop. You just gonna keep running,
And it was hot, so if you gotta go.
Hell no.
or you could just put on some shoes.
exactly.
Yeah, but your shoe, you had one shoe, you couldn't find the other shoe. It was somewhere. We
Wear
didn't know
different
where it
shoes.
was.
Why
Put
y'all
on
have
socks.
We
shoes?
don't mismatch shoes, socks,
Oh my god.
and get the socks dirty, and then get fussed at because you got socks dirty. You can't wear them with your shoes, your school shoes, and your school
Who gonna see
socks.
them? You gonna take the shoe off while you're at school?
And I got a mama. Mama is very strict on being clean.
Your feet gonna.
But
be
you
feeling
can run outside with no fucking shoes on.
Yeah, because I can wash my feet.
Your feet probably gonna feel like bricks.
Girl,
or
I
something.
throw your damn one shoe you can find at your damn head. Running around with no damn shoes and socks on
Your hands
outside.
rough too?
No, I'm a lady
But like,
from Mississippi.
Oh my
there's
god.
nothing wrong with Mississippi.
Tomboy,
Mississippi.
turn
I know some great people
feminine.
from Mississippi. There's some great
What
people.
what you got to say, Rachel?
What do you think about rings?
Wedding rings?
Uh-huh.
I just have a band. I can't wear.
So you
anything.
just have a band, right?
Yeah, just a band.
Did your husband get this band for you?
I picked it out.
So you just wanted a band?
All I want is a band. This is the second band. The first one was tainted.
What you get on it?
It was tainted. It wasn't.
You put your foot in
faithful.
some toilet water?
It wasn't.
She was running
faithful.
outside barefoot.
It wasn't faithful?
It was tarnished. Like
Your ring cheated on you?
my ring cheated on me.
Somebody else put it on?
I took it off, put it on, took it off, put it on, took it off.
That sounds like some shit you did. Okay,
Alright,
so
but anyway,
I have a question about rings. I know some people, men, go through this process. Did you find your wife a ring or did she pick out her own ring?
Go ahead and tell your story.
Okay.
First.
Okay, so men put time and effort into finding a ring. Some men shop with their wives and they say, you know, they see what she likes and then they get the ring. Some men just pick out a ring, okay? And then the woman, and then you go to propose to the woman. Yes, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then people see her ring.
and they love it.
No. They're like, oh, did you pick that out? So other people talk about your ring.
Haters.
Exactly. Other people talk about your ring. This ring that this man put time and effort into getting for you.
And now you
And
feel
now,
some type
but
of-
some women go and buy another ring. Would you do that? Is my
All right.
question.
Okay, I want multiple rings, and I want them all to be bands. I want one that's.
Oh no, I'm not. That's not what I'm talking about.
See,
No,
I'll tell you
I'm
as
just
far
talking
as when
about
it came to me.
If my husband bought my ring,
if your husband bought the ring and that's not the ring that you wanted, would you go behind him and purchase another ring?
no, because they.
All right.
Tell your story.
So I get fixated on stuff sometimes, and so I was more concerned with the diamond than I was with the band. So I had this fly ball in this diamond on this whack raggedy band, and
You
I
admit that
gave
it's
it.
whack
couldn't even
or
hold a diamond.
It was whack,
You're
yeah.
like,
But because I spent all the money on the diamond, I
Right.
was like, look, because I'm practical, man. I'm like, hey, look, well, this is what's most important.
How
the
you
diamond.
practical, and you spent all this
listen
on a
to the
diamond.
story.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Tell your
I'm
story.
listening.
Unfortunately, some people deal with traditional people, and you gotta you gotta do the traditional stuff. So then she saw it. She was like, "I like that diamond, but we need to go to the jewelry store."
Go back.
So we went. Not even was it maybe a week later? Maybe a week later. She was like, "Nope, platinum band, this band with these two, and then you get the ring, because they have to attach and all that kind of stuff."
Yeah.
Did all that. But the first pick, and I wouldn't have been upset because, again, I got tunnel vision. I got focused on one thing that I tipped
So
the
you wouldn't have
crowd.
been upset if she would have went behind you
No, she ain't
and
gonna go behind
purchased
my
a
back.
whole nother.
Don't go behind my
set.
back.
He's
No,
gotta
because-
buy it.
Because no.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
She
what
wouldn't
I'm
do
do that
it
because
saying.
he's got to buy it.
Sometimes the men purchase the entire thing. The women don't like the ring,
Right.
and then they go behind him
What you
Well,
know about
hopefully-
marriage?
But
and purchase
hopefully-
another
that's what
ring.
I wanted to
No,
bring up.
I know
I wanted
about
to
this
bring up-
situation.
I want to bring up this
No.
in. Let's talk to you about this
I'm,
marriage thing.
I'm throwing shots.
So
okay?
I heard that you have a disdain for marriage.
What do you mean?
That's what I've heard.
What do you mean?
I watch these different shows. and
Okay, so
stuff.
Church say
let's
amen.
talk about it then.
And we
Church
can go.
say
Don't even look
amen.
over there.
We can talk about
Let's
it.
go on. Let's see. So go ahead.
Let's
and
talk
tell me-
about it.
tell me what's your
just-
stance on marriage?
I don't think it's necessary. I want to
Okay.
make sure I have the proper partner first.
Mm-hmm.
The relationship is right. The communication is right.
Mm-hmm.
All of these things.
So you got a
I
checklist. Go
I
ahead.
personally don't think it's necessary for marriage.
Somebody lying.
I personally don't feel
All right.
like it is.
So you said you had a checklist. So let me ask you a question then. So you have your checklist.
Okay.
All right. If you don't think any of the other stuff matters, why do you have a checklist then? What is the point?
No, I just want to make
Wait,
sure
who
that
you asking
I
questions here? Whose show is this?
It's y'all show. But y'all
no,
shouldn't have let the brother in.
I want to make sure that
No, I'm going somewhere
these
with this.
these things are in order
Mhm.
order for us to have a proper
Right.
Say it.
Oh my God.
Say it with your chest.
Partnership.
No, I didn't.
I
don't
know.
know.
I can say this is
Partnership.
my show. I can say
have
what
a
I want to
I have an
say.
LLC, so therefore, I have
That's a
like I have
partnership.
8 partners.
That's a partnership.
So,
exactly.
how
So,
does
do
that
I need
work?
to get an LLC for my partnership?
If you want to be protected,
Do
yes.
I need to get
If you want to be protected,
a
wanna be
DBA for my partnership?
if you wanna
No,
be
that's
protected.
paperwork. I don't want. I don't want.
See, I think, and this is tell me when I go wrong.
I don't want.
Tell me when
Go-
if
go
I veer
ahead.
off.
Go
and
ahead.
I want you to jump in. I want your opinion too,
All right, I'm
because
double dose
I
ready.
think because I just think when it comes to one, nothing is for everybody. All right, let's make sure we're clear with that. There are some people.
Everything isn't for everybody.
Right.
Be
Nothing
LF
is for
Jones.
everybody.
Be quiet.
Nothing is for everybody. Because there are people who are not good at relationships.
Right.
And
absolutely.
why would that person get married? Because all they're going to do is take whatever they're not good at into that relationship and not be good.
I personally feel like I am that person.
I
I
don't
can
believe that.
self-sabotage
All right.
just
so, now,
because I don't.
does your man go through push through it anyway, even when you try?
He does.
All right.
Because
Does he? Yes or no?
Baby, you the
he
one.
does.
All right then. So
You the one.
You know already that you can't use that emergency chute to jump out the back. You don't
How
have that
much more time
emergency
we got?
cord.
Emergency
Shit.
dick in the glass?
We got as much time as we want. We got as much time as we need.
That emergency brake.
So you can't pull it because
I-
he's not gonna let you,
I
right?
know, and I'm not
And
gonna
you're
lie.
happy
I have
about
tried.
that. And you happy
mean,
about that?
I mean, it's cool.
No, you're happy. No, say the words. I am happy about that.
I am happy about
All
that
right,
because
then.
that lets me know that this partnership means something to him. Like it's not it's not gonna be that easy.
Right. And
Like,
guess
I see what you're trying
But
to
you
do,
also
but no.
But that means also, since you know that and you realize that, all right, I'll have somebody who's here, I don't have to be difficult anymore. I don't have to protect myself like that. Because now I know that, all right, I've tried sabotaging, that didn't work. Why don't you try now building and see what happens?
We don't have another
Because you
commercial
already
break.
know. Because you
She's
already
gonna
know
win.
what the exact worst thing that can possibly happen. You already know that.
Yeah.
All right. So if you know that already, then what's your fear then? Because when it comes to and again, marriage isn't for everybody. I understand that. But the purpose, like people think marriage depends on where in the world you come from determines what marriage, how it was. All right. In Africa, where we are from, now there's different parts. Africa is not one country. Africa is
Right.
44 countries.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If
Exactly.
you're from Eastern Africa, like where like
Nigeria.
no, that's Western Africa.
That's, No, I thought that was east. Ghana was west.
Ghana is on the east. That's
I thought Ghana was closer
well,
to
it's central.
the United
It's- I'm
States.
sorry.
We
It's
on
central.
we on a time show.
All right.
Y'all
Worry
can
about
figure
that
that out
right now.
later.
We gonna figure that out. But anyway, but no, like for instance, we start thinking Ethiopia, Eritrea, all that's east. Egypt on down through all of there, Tanzania, all the way down. That's all.
Okay.
east.
Okay.
Then when you're on the other side, that's the Ivory Coast and Nigeria and all that kind of
Right.
stuff. That's all. But those two different things have two different views on how marriage was.
Right.
If you're in Southeast Asia, it's a whole different version.
Right.
If you're from, I almost said something I shouldn't say. But if you're from
Mississippi?
Europe, then it's a whole different. If you're from Mississippi, whole different thing.
Yeah.
All right. So for you have to figure out what marriage means to you and how it means to you, and then that will determine whether or not you think it's gonna be right.
For me, I
If
have to go back. I have to figure out what a relationship really means to me.
Mhm.
I have not had great relationships.
Okay.
That's one of the things I struggle with. So that's why it's so hard for me to say relationship because I know I
'Cause
struggle
it's real
with
when
that.
you say it, huh?
I know, based in my chest and everything. I know I struggle with that. So for me, I have to take it steps back and figure out why can't I have good relationships?
I can tell you why.
I
You're too
don't-
busy trying
I
to
don't
pull that
want you
shoot.
to.
You trying to pull that shoot.
She's fighting.
All right,
What's that
just so-
mean? What does
so
that
we can
mean?
we can be clear on this here.
What does that mean?
Unfortunately, I've
Pulling
known
what?
The
pulling
chute.
the chute, the
parachute.
emergency parachute, trying to get out.
I'm not gonna
Sometimes
say it.
it's easier to get out
You're
than
right.
it is to stay
But is
in.
You know what
But
ruins
is
every
it
relationship?
worth it?
What?
Yeah, that was the next thing. You know what ruins every relationship?
What?
I don't care what it is. If it's sexual, if it's physical, if it's friendship, if it's business, if it's
What?
family.
What?
Unfair and unmet expectations. That's it. It's not
Every
money.
relationship.
It's not how much money. It's not, oh, you don't communicate with me. Because
Yeah.
I can be telling you time and time again,
Yep.
hey, Nikita, hey, Keita, hey, I'm telling you, this is what, and you could be hearing something completely different. We've been talking the whole time.
Right.
All right. So it's not, communication. It is unfair and unmet expectations. You have an understanding that it will be this way, or you expected this and you got something else. Why do you think cheating hurts so bad for people? Why do you think, people who do bad with finances, if I'm looking at you as security, you supposed to be, if I got to be worried about whether or not the lights are going to be on, now you've upset my security. My expectation is stability.
Right.
And so everybody has to know what their stuff is. Some people's it's stability.
But sometimes with me, I know I can expect more out of someone else than I'm really expecting out of myself. Mm-hmm. If I'm writing a checklist, and I've done this before, I'm writing a checklist. I'm writing the good and the bad, the pros and the cons of my expectations of the other person. But when I'm writing this checklist, I'm saying out loud to myself, you want this person to do this and you don't even do it. I know that about myself. I'm like
the,
I do.
Like the
I
woman
want,
who want to do, who make $150,000 a year.
And she make $30,000. That's okay. You need to support your family.
She work at Forever 21 part time.
That's okay.
You gotta say, hey, I only make $30,000. Are you cool with that?
Yeah. No,
I like my job.
No, because you're not going to discuss your finances right at the front. But it would help.
Why not?
But it would help.
But see, people's finances can change.
They
can.
See,
that's another thing. So you got to have something to build. Yeah, you got to have something to build on, because if that relationship, if he says, guess what? I need to go back to school because I have this goal.
Right.
Which means I can't go to work every day.
Right.
That means that finance is going to change. Now, can you handle this instability of now? You know what I'm saying? And I'm just using it as an example.
And that's a great example, because I'm like this. If a conversation is had and an understanding is met, then now I understand I'm going to have to pull more in this direction because you're doing that. The ultimate goal is for you to support us all with going back to school. But that's a conversation. Some people don't have that conversation.
Right.
That's a problem.
So, and why did I have that? Because guess what happens? There you go. Because you're going to have now, that person still has an expectation.
Yeah.
That's always still there. Right now, if you had an expectation for that drink, that effing vodka, you hoping it better be good. If it's not, guess what's going to happen? She's going to throw that stuff on the ground. Man, don't ever bring this stuff again. Yeah. She had an expectation. The expectation is.
Why y'all talking about my drink?
You've been quiet over here. So
she has been quiet. Talk to her.
Tell us about this.
Talk to her.
No, you've been.
You've been instigating. What you doing is instigating. You not.
You just been over here co-signing.
I'm double Dutch ready.
All right. So tell me. All right, then. How do you see then marriage? I know you said it's a business, but let's go a little deeper. Let's.
So, I look at marriage, like you said, as a business. Like, we're all in 100%. No 50-50, because that's not 50-50. That don't do nobody no justice. 50-50. So we're all in 50-50. Okay, I'm just going to let you in on a little something about me. I've been working at a job for almost 6 years now, and I've excelled in my field. And so now that I'm really a breadwinner right now. My husband is supplemental. So I've understood, and he is he's understanding, as you know, that I'm the one who's going to be doing a lot of the bill paying, and he has no problem with that. And he supplements by doing more of like laundry, cleaning the house, taking care of his children, making sure their homework is done. And that was not a conversation that we needed to have.
Right.
Because he understood what his role was, and I understood what my role was.
Right.
So I think that as long as if we do have to have that line of communication, it's always open.
And it's good that he's comfortable in that role. Some men, they're not good with that.
Or they'll be good with it for a short amount of time.
They will be, but they like, I'm the man. I'm supposed to be doing this and doing that. You have to understand that at least you're doing something.
And so, and that's where that's not an issue for me. Because I like to go and have my time, which is at the gym and working out with the warriors.
And taking naps.
And so he understands that. we never fight about that, and it's like we had to grow into that.
Exactly.
To be honest,
Right.
it wasn't the whole time that I've been in this position, because when we first started, he was in that position. He
Right.
was the breadwinner,
Right.
and I was the caretaker.
Right.
So it's like we switched, and we just like Chris Rock said, we got to play the tambourine sometimes. We can't always be the front.
Right.
So we have to be that support system. And so, and it's funny, it's crazy, it's not really weird, but it's amazing how our relationship has grown into this, because it does take time to nurture that, that our family structure, and it's comforting. I mean, my heart is so warm and so filled, because I know that we are going into the stage of what I always imagined or always wanted to have in my marriage. Like, we are really building our legacy.
So he's comfortable in his role.
Are
Were
you
you
comfortable?
always comfortable with your role?
My current role?
Yeah, current role.
No.
Right.
That's what I was thinking. A lot
And
of
so
women.
what? So
a lot of
where
women
was
talk
that?
all that noise, and then
Where
as soon
was
as
that
she
fight?
got-
And who was the fight with? Was it a fight with yourself
Myself.
internally, or was it?
It was with myself, because I felt like I'm a sugar mama.
But no, a marriage is a partnership.
You just said
It's a
brown
business.
sugar mama.
So, and I'm like, man, how do I feel being this?
So
'Cause
nobody
I'm
helped
like-
you
I'm-
get
I'm
to
a-
this
I'm a-
place.
I'm this real, not timid, but I'm this real girl, real woman. Like, I feel like I was supposed to be
Taking
the
care of.
opposite role.
You're supposed to be
I was
taken care
supposed
of.
to be the caretaker always,
Really?
because that was a goal of mine until I tried it and I didn't like it.
Right.
So I was wanting to
that,
be
I
the
don't
want to
stay-at-home mom.
You want to wear the big
Fuck.
boy panties.
You
and all.
wanted to be?
I wanted to be the stay-at-home mom
I never want to be that.
until I tried it, and I was like, God damn, I can't take naps.
Yeah. Exactly.
You don't want to be a stay-at-home mom. You just want to be at home.
I just want to take a
You
nap.
just want to be at home to go to
Pretty
sleep.
much. Pretty much.
And I didn't like it. I
Yeah.
did it for like 2 years, and I did not like it. So I was like, I need my own money.
Right.
So I just started working again.
And see, I'm weird when it comes to it, because if we're gonna talk about the financial part, I like when a person wants to go get their money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't sitting at home all day just doing nothing. Just, to me, I'm not saying it's a waste, but it's because of how my personality is and how my character is. Character-wise, I'm always trying to get it. So much so to the point that I
Hustler.
overextend myself, and a lot of times I don't get to finish some things. I'm very self-aware,
Mm-hmm.
and it's because I got 8 pots in the fire. I'm
Right.
trying to make everything happen.
Right.
He cooking a whole Thanksgiving
That's
dinner.
right,
Right.
by myself. All by myself. No help.
Okay.
One spatula.
I don't know what he's
2
doing right now. That scared me.
2
a little
cups
bit.
sugar.
That kind of woke me up a little. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but no, seriously, But what I will say is, I know there was a particular lady who I won't say. Of course, obviously, I'm not gonna say her name,
Mm-hmm.
but she made a lot of money. Her profession, she was, and it was funny because I made money, but
Yeah.
I ain't make her money.
Right.
And I remember it was like, can you handle? That's when I learned that women can't always handle that.
Right.
They can't handle because
Making the
whether
money.
it's society or whatever it is, because what ends up happening is this here, and this maybe I'm looking too far, but what I think ends up happening is this here. All right, so she makes $500,000 a year, you make $100,000 a year.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
you have with bills and everything else, and I'm just using round numbers here. So you up here trying to do all this stuff, and she say, all right, hey, I need to be in New York next week. Well, that means the plane ticket's more expensive, right? And you don't make as much. You like, well, hold on, let me see how we can do this here. I'll fly first class. I'm the coach.
She has a
What
standard.
do I? And so then they start being around other people who can do more than just first class, who can do private.
Right.
And they're like, I think that woman I need to be taken care of since comes out. Even if they make a lot of money, they still want somebody who can step up and do something extra, which is where I tell
That's
guys,
true.
hey, you got to be creative. That means, guess what? If your woman making more money than you better be creative. Because how many times do these? Because we say all this stuff, but how many times these women be having these dudes who ain't got nothing going on, but he still get to come over to the house.
That's true.
He come over the house and knock
Fuck
it down
boys.
real
That's
quick.
how fuck boys generated because they know.
Yeah, you make more money than him.
Listen,
He's selling dope.
She make all the money
for
and
some Jordans.
Yeah, exactly.
That's $200. That means he's
I'm
making a
digging it
minimum
down.
wage job.
As soon as she come in, running the bath water.
Yeah, so you better be creative.
Cooking her food.
Or you better come out here like this right here, throw it on the table. Hey,
or
look.
we can go buy one. You don't have to be that creative. There's some in the store.
But I'm just saying that. So
100%.
when it's funny that women will be in that situation and won't see it.
All
as
women
that.
aren't comfortable with that, though.
I know, but I'm just saying it seems to be a lot of women who are in that situation. Every woman has a story about being in that situation.
Right.
That was a movie. Well, I'm pretty sure there were plenty of movies.
Right.
What Men Think? Is that
What men? Yeah, what men want.
I don't know.
What Men Want? No.
With
What Men
Taraji
Think?
P. Henson.
Yeah,
No.
with Taraji.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What men want.
Cable Talk.
Exactly.
That's on regular TV now.
Well, that's all the time we have today. I want to thank our guest.
We didn't even do it
Jamar.
at first glance.
You got a few
No, we're supposed to do that.
We got 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
Can we do at first glance?
I don't have a video.
We don't have a
No,
first
it's just, it's the pictures. You got the pictures on there?
At first glance.
We don't have first
They're in the
glance.
drive.
At first glance.
Okay, that's all the time we have today, folks. If she gonna be doing this shit, we can cut this off right now. I'm gonna pull out my own mic cord and I'm gonna walk the fuck off.
Don't do that to me, Rachel. We're a
2
team.
minutes.
We're a
And I'm
team.
out.
So
We're a team, Rachel.
I have a
Out.
question then for
Two.
you.
What do you have? Wait.
I have a question for y'all then.
Okay.
Since y'all are two, married ladies.
I'm not married.
If you
Two
like it,
relationship
put a ring
ladies.
on it.
This the ring is on the other hand.
I bought this.
Exactly, I did buy this. Okay, what's your
All right.
question?
How would you feel about your person having a best friend of the opposite sex? Best friend. I'm not talking about like, that's this my homegirl from school and we just cool.
He
hang out.
does have
But
a
I'm
best
talking
friend
like,
of the opposite sex.
Could you let them go do stuff?
Absolutely, I can.
right.
Yes.
I can absolutely. I can.
Like go to the movies.
I'm a
get coffee.
Exactly, like just hang out at night or whatever. I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do that.
My husband has a friend.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned it before.
Yeah, she has.
Yeah.
I can.
I should watch the show more. Is what I'm
You
hearing?
should. You ain't watched that
should.
episode.
Yeah. We talk about everything.
Yeah,
Laundry.
I
Dirty
never
laundry
talked
is
about that,
all
but
over the place.
oh, could you be a sister wife?
We had that conversation
We
earlier
did.
today. Oh my God.
Could you?
I
be a
would
sister
love
wife?
to be a sister wife.
And
For
why
real?
would you love to be a sister wife?
I need a break every now and then.
That's not why I wanted to be a sister wife.
You know what that means, right?
I need to know the rules of being a sister wife, though.
You know what the
because
rules are?
this
Just
is
like he said earlier. I mean, it's just an understanding that you have with your partner.
No, but this is what I'm saying. There's a show.
got 2 women.
There's a show on TLC, and it's called Sister Wives. These women, I think it's about 5 or 7. They all have one husband. They have kids by this
it's
man.
polygamy.
Right.
He gets to knock a whole bunch of women
I
down.
could be in a
I
relationship
wonder if
like
he's
that,
packing.
but I would
Bank account.
also want to probably mess with the other women. Like I feel like if it's not our night, like
But you know,
can we mess around?
That's like
'Cause I only
being
seen
a
this- I only-
sister wife.
I've
Just
only
that
seen-
sister part of it. It sounds like
You just want-
ancestral.
You just want a polygamous relationship.
She ain't my motherfucking blood sister. I can fuck her if I want to. It's not neither one of our nights.
You just want
okay?
a polygamous relationship.
Maybe.
You just want like a
I just
just
want-
like
you
a,
want
I
a
feel like I want
T-Pain.
ex-
You want a T-Pain relationship.
Menage.
T-Pain say they just bring home somebody about once a month. That's all.
No,
they do.
I could be okay with someone living with us. We could divide everything 3 ways.
You looking at the money.
I'm just saying, if
I
we
need
could
help
save
Some of
us
these
all
bills.
money.
I need help
Exactly.
with taking the kids to school.
Exactly.
I need help with
So
making
hopefully
sure
she
the
don't have no
bills is
kids
paid.
because the house can only be so big. So I think we definitely, you know what I'm saying? We
y'all
gotta
would
get
be
a
cool with
California
that.
kid.
So is that all? And I think also all men always say they for it only because of the
No,
fact
all
that-
men aren't for that.
No, they for it because they see it as, I get to have 2 or 3 women.
No, but all
the
men.
first time it's
you
the
know-
other way, sister husbands, brother husbands.
Oh, is that a
too
thing?
much for me.
Yeah,
when
that would
all
be
of a
too
sudden
much
you
for me,
get
too.
3 dudes and everything.
That'd
Hey,
be too much.
That's
That's too
too
much
much.
for me. Listen,
That's too much work.
Yeah, I'll say
everybody
that.
gotta have a different hole. Like that's too much. I
Do
can't.
you gotta do it all at the same time?
No, I'm just saying. I just
Yeah,
can't.
I
That's too
can't.
much.
But I'm saying that's why men do it, because the first thing I'll tell you, man, there's no fear greater than a man knowing that his woman is screaming from somebody else.
You don't have to scream. You can be like, oh my God, baby.
I
Oh my
said
God, my
the
God.
fear.
Oh.
Biggest fear is like you up there doing all
She's
this
talking-
work.
Everybody ain't
And then-
screaming. They talking
and then
real
all of a
quiet.
sudden, he
my
number
God,
2
baby.
come in there
Oh my
and
God,
she's like,
baby.
well, hold on now. You
Oh
know,
my God, baby, I'm about to
It's
come.
like, you didn't scream that loud when
That's every man's biggest fear. I don't care if you walk around with 13 inches hanging out between, because Facebook and Instagram, everybody swear that everybody
Oh my
tagging,
God.
Anaconda.
yeah, everybody. I saw
Why
y'all
do
pictures.
relationships have to be on social media?
What do you mean?
For
Why they
Is
have
your
to-
relationship on social
gratification?
media?
It says I'm married. Yeah.
Is your
Gratification.
relationship on social media?
No, I don't put anything personal on social media.
Exactly.
You know why I don't put anything personal on social media? Because people are stupid. I said it. People are crazy. Not all people. All it takes is one.
To start the fire.
They-
One match.
We didn't start.
Exactly.
Is that how
And
the
that's
song
all
goes?
the time that we have today. We want to thank our guests. Give your social media handles.
You can find me on everything out there bad. And make sure y'all go follow and subscribe and like these ladies, because they putting it
Where
down
we
here.
at?
TALKinPINk.com.
We'll see y'all next time. Bye.